2 Corinthians 10 says, we take every thought captive and make it obedient to Christ. So much of caring for loved ones is about the attitude we have while we're doing it, and it can be completely exhausting. If you think about it from a more secular perspective, it's what Jim Collins spends a lot of time writing about. He talks about how important it is, if you want to be a disciplined person, that you have a disciplined thought life, which results in disciplined actions and ultimately results in you being a disciplined person. So however you frame it up, it's just important to guard your thought life as you're supporting loved ones. It will be helpful for you and for your immediate family and for your parents or your spouse while you're doing this. So 3 key attitudes that we have seen families adopt while they've been supporting their loved ones are these. The first one is an attitude of independence, right? No one wants to have someone help them with things they used to be able to do on their own, and it's a very sensitive topic. And so having an attitude to respect your parents' independence, even though it may not be what they want it to be, is so important. A great example of this is a family that we met with, and we met with the patriarch and the matriarch of that family and talked through what was going to happen in terms of supporting the matriarch. Then at the end of the meeting, we had all kind of come up with the plans, and the sons and daughters were involved. At the end of the meeting, somebody who supported the family turned to the patriarch and says, does this sound good for you? Does this plan sound like it will work? And the patriarch said, yes, I think it will. And so the reality was, we'd already kind of figured out the plan, but just turning to him and letting him weigh in was so important for him feeling like he was still independent and able to make decisions and care for his wife. So they encouraged that feeling of independence. The second key attitude that we've seen people adopt is an attitude of consistency. It's so easy to feel guilty if you're not there enough or you're not doing enough for your parents. But I'm telling you, one of the keys that can make this all work is just to be consistent with whatever visits you can do. We have one family that I met with a couple weeks ago, and the son comes from Chicago just once a month. But the father knows that visit's coming, he can plan for it, and he really enjoys the day or two his son is able to spend with him once a month. Again, some people can come every day, but it just gives loved ones something to look forward to if you can be consistent with your visits, whether that's a season around events, but it makes it go so much smoother. So adopting an attitude of consistency. The third attitude that we've seen work really well is an attitude of prioritization. And what I mean by that is that can become so consuming when you're supporting someone who's aging or someone who's near the end of life. It can be all consuming, and it's so important to take a step back and take care of yourself in the process. Not forget the things that you do that are important to you, that are life-giving to you. One woman that we helped, she had her mom living with her for many years, and we came in and provided caregivers so that she could go out and have lunch with friends and go work out again. And that was just life-giving for her. And so don't neglect your own family or your own things that help you feel well in order to support your loved one, right? It's like an oxygen mask on an airplane. You got to take your own first before you can help your kid, right? And so just be thoughtful about the prioritization that you give to make sure that you are maintaining the priorities in your own life that are important to you. So we are confident. We've seen families successfully adopt these 3 mindsets, and it's made a huge difference. Thinking about maintaining and preserving independence, or the feeling of independence for their loved one. Secondly, being consistent with the visit. And then thirdly, not being afraid to prioritize what's important to you and still maintain a sense of balance and purpose in your own life while you're supporting your loved one. So just be encouraged with these ideas. If you're doing them already, great. If not, think about one that you might be able to do this week to help you in that journey of support.